Just fucking end me, man. I'm making some gamma, okay? All right, so we finally prestiged. I actually was on 11th prestige for 2 weeks. I went back and looked at my video. 2 weeks. One prestige is just absolutely terrible, at least in comparison to, like, you know, what I was doing, especially when double XP was going. I was just, it took me so long. A lot of it had to do with just, like, not playing or just sitting around watching anime or some shit. So there's been some big news. Okay, so apart from yesterday's video, where I talked about my headset, I didn't want to, like, mush them all into one video. And to be quite honest, I completely forgot about it. I don't know how I did, but I was just, like, super excited about this headset. But yesterday was Friday the 13th. It was supposed to be, you know, a very unlucky day, a really bad day, where a lot of bad things happen, and just, I don't know, there's a lot of Friday the 13th movies on. I don't know. It was a marathon on this one channel. Mainly, I was just, you know, sitting here chilling. So it was supposed to be, like, a pretty unlucky day, you know? People avoiding spilling salt somewhere, walking under ladders, all these obscure unlucky things have happened. Like, if you walk past a black cat, something's gonna happen. I don't know, your dick falls off or something. Penis joke in 2017. Oh. Anyway, it was supposed to be a completely unlucky day with all these bad things happening. It just has bad mojo that day. It's real bad mojo. Yesterday, there was a glimmer of light. Okay, wait, you can die. You could be the final kill, all right? There you go. I mean, yesterday was pretty good for me. I didn't have anything bad happen to me. I was good. But yesterday, Amos Hodge, Wendell Wobble, whomever you know him as, he tweeted out yesterday. Hold on, I will say it word for word. Wendell Wobble. Okay, first of all, Twitter, why is this man not verified? Now, I know over these past couple months that Wendell has been getting, you know, a lot of shit. He's just, as soon as everybody figured out exactly who he was and everything that he was a part of, and he's a guy that, like, gives us a lot of updates on MWR anyway. This guy, he got a lot of shit, okay, throughout all this time. And anything that was going wrong with this game, everybody came to this guy. Everybody. Now, see, I had a lot of hope for this guy when I saw him at first because his background picture is a guy with a sniper rifle. I was like, oh, cool. Hopefully he snipes and he understands all the shit that's going on in this game. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody started to realize that collaterals don't really work on the game and they're extremely inconsistent. Like, you can get collateral, and then they started suggesting, like, these weird things that you never needed to do before in the original, and they keep talking about how they want the game to be like the original, but it's not. At least sniping-wise, anyway. The spawns are a little funny, too. There's a lot of little things that are, like, different, and something seemingly as small as collaterals not really working it actually affected the game a lot more than, you know, a lot of the snipers initially even thought. To this day, I can tell you there's probably been less than, like, 20 triples ever hit on this game. Dirty has 2 of them. One of them was just, like, a setup thing with him, like, hitting a triple headshot on, like, a bunch of people when they first started playing. He obviously didn't use it or anything, and then he had his legitimate one on, like, the bog spawn shot. He's the only person in FaZe that has actually hit a triple. I haven't hit a triple. Blue hasn't hit a triple. Shit, I've hardly hit, I mean, maybe I've hit, like, 50 collats or so, I would say, in my time played. Whereas before, each and every single day, I could get, like, you know, maybe 5 or so, especially knowing the spawns on, you know, COD 4. In the original COD 4, the amount of, like, quads and triples and just simple collaterals that were hit, it's just, it's an absurd number each and every single day. Hold on, I'm about to hit, though.
No.
I'm about to hit, though. Hey, let's go, baby. So with the collaterals not really working, they're just, like, extremely inconsistent. They suggested that you need a deep impact. It was something that we never needed before in order to hit them, and it actually doesn't even help anyway. If it does, it helps such a minuscule amount that it doesn't even really matter. I would say the past, 2 weeks or so, I've switched to steady aim from, you know, deep impact, and I've still hit the same amount of collaterals that I hit before, so, which isn't very many. It just doesn't, it really just didn't seem to make a difference. I know there's this, like, little bullet effect whenever, like, you shoot something, with deep impact. Like, you can see it, like, in the holes in the wall when you shoot the wall. It, like, has a different effect when you shoot through soldiers too, but it just really doesn't make enough of a difference, if it makes any at all. So obviously, as the sniping community goes, or just basically any community that just wants a lot of things fixed, go to the developers, or at least, you know, the people that can, you know, change a lot of the things, balance things, and make changes to the actual game. A lot of people, each and every single time Wendell tweeted something, even completely unrelated, they're just, fix collats. Fix fucking collats. And they kept saying, they kept insisting over and over and over again, through all the testing, the entire team, not just Wendell. He's really just like a spokesman for the whole thing. At least that's what it seems like anyway. They kept insisting that there was nothing wrong. Everything is the exact same. Everything is just, the code is the exact same. And then they did a side-by-side comparison thing, which was kind of inconsistent. It was inaccurate, because they did it on LAN on one side, and then they did it, like, on console on the other. One of them was, like, on PC. It was all just, it was really weird, inconsistent shit, which I'm assuming they just didn't really think about, like, the difference between the two. And then Cross made a video, okay? Cross made a comparison video showing how the collaterals work throughout all the years. A bunch of people linked, like, all sorts of montages and stuff where people were hitting, like, quads and 5-in-1s and no scopes and shit, all with steady aim on, ACOG or not. It was just not consistent with how, like, they were explaining it to be the exact same. And I think a lot of it had to do with, like, the connection. I think that's what really changed the whole thing. Code may be the same, but on host on COD 4, it was the exact same thing. And since the connection is a lot better on this generation of consoles, it's as if basically everybody is just, you know, on host. So it made it so people can't hit any collaterals. That was my thesis anyway, my theory. Not to try to sound intelligent or anything, that's just my assumption. I don't know shit about coding, I'm just saying saying. That makes the most sense to me. They're saying the code is the exact same. I don't feel like they would lie to us about that. I trust them enough, at least to that point. I know a lot of people would like laugh at me for trusting, you know, developers to tell the truth and shit, but I trust them. So Cross made this video basically just showing like this is how it's supposed to work, and this is why like basically your video is just completely inaccurate. This is how it's supposed to work. You can look at all the montages and all this other stuff. So after Cross made that video, I think it was like what, a month ago or something like that, there was just a whole lot of silence because Wendell said hey, feel free to, you know, make a video to show an example of what you guys are talking about and all this other stuff. Then Cross made that video, and then there was like what, a month or so of silence of just like there was no reply to it. They were just like talking about other updates. The one Winter Crash update thing came out. The silence was just, it's the most frustrating thing to a lot of people because it's better to just basically tell everybody to fuck off if you think something is going on. It's better to at least give people an answer, even if it's an answer that they don't want to hear, like, no, we're not fixing it. This is how we're leaving it just forever. It doesn't matter how many examples you show us. We're just leaving it like this. If they just said it straight up like that, I mean, they wouldn't be that unprofessional, but it was just complete silence, and a lot of people were just getting really annoyed with it. They were like, we showed you an example. There's multiple videos just showing you, like, this is how it works. And then he finally tweeted it. January. Friday the 13th, an unlucky day. A day that's supposedly unlucky. We got this tweet from him. Sniper collateral damage updates will be arriving in the next patch. Thanks for the great side-by-side video made by Cross. Hashtag Modern Warfare Remastered. Fucking Daniel Cross. Former FaZe Cross, however you know him. This man is the savior. Thanks to Wendell, obviously, for actually listening. I mean, obviously, I think somebody else would have made, you know, a video explaining the whole thing, but I don't know. Somebody like me, I've talked about it before and stuff, but I didn't make, like, an actual Twitter video or showing it side-by-side comparisons. I'm just sitting here bitching and moaning and complaining. I didn't actually just, you know, do anything. And Cross decided to actually do something. Made a side-by-side comparison video. He's much more, he's a person that you could take much more seriously as opposed to some fucking clown like myself. So in the next update that is coming out, collaterals will be fixed. At least it says an update. So we'll see how it works. I'm not really sure how they're going to change this. They might change like the bullet penetration on just soldiers specifically. They might make it so like when you shoot somebody with just a sniper rifle, the bullet penetration through soldiers is a lot stronger than opposed to, I would say, like at the moment, soldiers kind of act as like a wall. Like, you know, when it goes through the first person, the bullet gets weaker as it goes through each person, like a wall. Maybe they're gonna like thin the soldiers out so like the wall itself isn't, you know, as thick and it doesn't like make the bullet weaker. I mean, then again, that would make it so like M16s could hit like 6-in-1s. I don't really know how they're gonna do it. I mean, other guns besides just, you know, sniper rifles were able to collat people before, but it was just a really weird thing that snipers just couldn't do it. Is really weird. I don't really know how they're gonna do it. If they up the bullet penetration for sniper rifles themselves, people are gonna be able to wall bang walls that they couldn't wall bang before. I don't know how they're gonna fix it. I really don't know how they're gonna do it. I thought they were never gonna actually change the thing. They proved me wrong. I'll shut the fuck up. I've always had hope, but I'm telling you, like, I really just didn't think that it would happen. Also, they said that they're working on improvements for the spawn system. We're working on spawning improvements for Modern Warfare Remastered. Should be ready for our next patch with the kill cam fixes. We're just fixing a lot of things. It's not on the same level as like how, I don't know, it seems like Infinite Warfare is kind of getting neglected for like a lot of its current problems, like how there's no leaderboards or whatever. I mean, the game itself, I think, doesn't really have that many problems other than like, you know, everybody hating it. I don't know. I really don't think it's a bad game, but yeah, I would play it a lot more if people actually wanted to see it, you know? Obviously, I like boots on the ground more than like, you know, jetpacking around. I was never just really that great at jetpack games. I think everybody was at least decent on Advanced Warfare. Black Ops 3, I was very average to like below average. And on Infinite Warfare, I'm gonna assume I'm average as well. I mean, I've hit a couple clips on the game, but I just haven't played it enough. At least to this extent, I'm still only like first prestige. I think I have less than like 2 days played. On this game, I have like 8 or 9 days played. On 12th prestige, I'm playing the shit out of it. I'm trying to make a montage on this game. Trying, let's quote trying. The trailer's there for, so I gotta keep trying. People are expecting this of me. I'm trying my best, guys. Once this collateral update comes out and everything, a lot of people, I think, will come back to this game, especially with the spawn fixes as well. I know that the spawns are a little bit different from the original. There's just a lot of, like, really weird things where, like, it didn't happen in COD 4 where the spawn would flip as easily as it does. The spawns on this game are 10 times better than a lot of the other Call of Duties, to be honest with you, though. But the beauty of COD 4 was you could just, like, spawn trap the ever-living shit out of people. And if they wanted it to be like the original, you'd be able to do it on this game. I mean, you can spawn trap people pretty good on this game, like, better than the other Call of Duties. I think starting at Black Ops 1 is when the spawns really started getting, like, really flip-floppy. It was, like, super easy to flip spawns and stuff, unless you played shit like Demolition and stuff, like my old Leveler montage. Most of the clips were in Demolition. God, it was so bad. What is your MWR win-loss after leaving all of those games? Oh, let's see. I have a 47% win rate. I actually imagined it being worse, like 30-some%, but... So I just run... Wait. I have the class called No Exclusion Zone with Exclusion Zone on it. Ever since Blue got the exclusion zone camo, I think he got it yesterday or the day before that, it just kind of made me want to, you know, use my exclusion zone again. I was just gonna not use it on bog and wet work because it's so bad. On the other maps, I mean, it's definitely noticeable, but it's not the same as like on this map. I don't know, Wendell, maybe you could tweak the camo to make it like not as bright to other players or just like not as bright in third person. I don't know. It's such a small thing that I don't think it's ever gonna get touched. I mean, dark matter is still just as obnoxious as it ever was before on every single map, so I mean, and they never changed that or whatever. I mean, different company, but I'm assuming in this next update there's gonna be a shit ton of new things in the supply drops as well, which is gonna be good because I want to spend all the salvage that I have. Basically have everything that I could at this point. Every single time I got like 30 keys, I would just open a rare supply drop over and over and over again. Shit ton of duplicates, shit ton of salvage to be able to just like buy a lot of the things with, so I don't have to spend any actual money. It's pretty easy to just get all these things on remastered. It's way harder to get salvage on Infinite Warfare. I mean, they have way more things to unlock on Infinite Warfare than they do on this game, but I mean, it's not really like I'm struggling to hit clips or anything like that at the moment, but once they put these collaterals in with like the, you know, with the spawn update, and assuming that the collaterals are actually fixed and they're not like really crazy where like quads become super common. Like, there's been a lot of them hit, but when you hit a quad, like, that is a notable thing. When you shoot into a quad, you should be getting that quad, you know what I'm saying? But if it gets to this point to where like everybody's hitting quads and just like the bullet penetration for sniper rifles is just insane, then I think, I don't know, for the montages, it might hurt actually a little bit. People are gonna be having 5-in-1 openers with a 6-in-1 closer, and even then people are just gonna kind of shrug their shoulders at it because the bullet penetration got buffed or something. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I really don't know. Hopefully they just are able to make it the exact same. I don't know how they're gonna be able to do it, but hopefully they fix it. They say they have a fix coming, so anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video if you made it this far. Most recent videos are popping up on the screen here, and yeah, it's been Jeb, guys. Later.